What's up, everybody? Welcome to another movie review with Popcorn and Soda. I am Michael, and I'm bringing you today one of my oldest friends ever, Drake Duffy, and we are going to review probably one of the coolest movies we watched together growing up, Bill and Ted. And today we're going to review Bill and Ted Face Some Music. Drake, welcome, man. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on. Popcorn and Soda, y'all like and subscribe, man. Follow my man Mike. That's what's up. Bill and Ted Face Some Music. Let's get into it, man.
Thanks for the love there, man. Honestly, and I'm super excited to have you on personally for this, honestly, because we together grew up watching Bill and Ted, both the first one and the second one, and that was very much part of our childhood. I think we definitely watched Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey a lot on repeat. And
hundreds of times.
Yeah, and this also, we got to do a play together too when we were in elementary school, and we both got to play Ted. You were my understudy, and I know, right? I know. But it was fun though, man. That's why it's even more awesome to have you on this personally, because of the history we have and the passion behind it. So let's just dive right into it, man. Bill and Ted Face Some Music. Do you think this third movie was worth it, or did it ruin it, or did it help complete a chapter of a trilogy?
For me, it brought it. It was something that I was waiting for. It was something that was there all along, that the hype had been building up, and now they brought that chapter to a close. The hype had been going on for years, and for it to finally come out, I love the movie. I love the movie. It hit all the right points and brought it to a good closure point for me. Bill and Ted Face the Music, aces.
Yeah, let's get into that, because it definitely played homage to both the first and the second movie. Played homage as well to Carl as well, Doof Ruckus. And definitely, at the same time, I felt like set up a new generation of Bill and Ted with their two daughters as well. How do you feel about all that?
I was glad to see the daughters brought into it, and the female aspect of it was great. I thought the girls that played the daughters did a fantastic job. It's funny to see, it's 29 years later that we're having the end to the trilogy.
Yeah, 89 and 91 is when the first two came out. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, for so long we had to wait for this, and they did it in great style. I mean, Keanu's gone on to have a great career, and then to see Alex Winter come back to reprise this role. I mean, what else has he done? Not much.
Not much.
He came back in and he owned the Bill role, and it was great. It was great all the way around. You had Kristen Schaal. I may have murdered that last name, but she came in playing George Carlin's daughter, because George Carlin passed away a couple years ago.
Rufus. I don't know why I call him Duke Rufus. I was thinking MMA there for a second, but Rufus, yeah.
Rufus.
They definitely gave him a little hologram image in there. So.
Yeah, they definitely they paid to Rufus and George Carlin, which I thought was clutch. And they brought back most of the original cast. I mean, the guy who played Death,
the wives, the princesses,
Ted's dad. Yeah, like the princesses too. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, and the stepmom, who is now what does that make her if she marries the brother? Like they first, not only was she the stepmom to both Bill and Ted, she's now what?
They said it in the movie. He's like, Ted is his own stepdad or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they kept it weird and awkward like they normally do, and I thought that was great to keep that.
They brought that full circle from all three movies, which was it was clutch.
It was definitely good. How do you feel about some of the new characters they introduced? Besides the daughters, I think the daughter, and I got to give it up to the girl that played Ted's daughter, Bill. I thought, it might have been a little overacting, some people might say, but I thought she pretty much nailed Ted. But as far as, some of the new actors, some of the new characters we brought in, and even like the people that gone back into history, Let's dive into that real quick. Let's first start with those. Let's start with the fact that they went and got Jimi Hendrix, right?
Right.
They got Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
They got what was his name? Gosh, who's the piano player? I'm drawing a blank here.
Bach, wasn't it?
Thank you, Bach. Yeah, and then I didn't know the others that they went back and got the flutist from China and the drummer and
that from the Stone Age.
Yeah. But what'd you think of that dynamics of putting that all together for the I guess what was going to be the ultimate band?
Well, I thought it was great because it paid homage to the first movie. That the daughters went back in time to bring back, characters from the past to complete an assignment, a job that had to be done. They paid homage to the second movie with Death. I thought it was funny how they threw Kid Cudi in there, and he knew everything about time travel, which was funny. I mean, he was throwing out like, the temporal causality and the paradoxes and all this stuff, and you're going, what? Kid Cudi?
Exactly.
But yeah, exactly. I mean, he brought it full circle. He made it good, and then the Jimi Hendrix I thought was clutch. You got to have Jimi Hendrix if you're going to bring somebody from the past. Louis Armstrong. I mean, when you think trumpet, that's who you think of, right?
Yeah.
You don't think of somebody else. You're like, oh, well, Louis Armstrong was the trumpet guy.
I liked how they did like a younger version of him too. That was cool, and I definitely was. I was pretty cool with the actor they got and his skills on that, trying to impersonate him.
Yeah.
And then as far as the other ones,
his voice threw me off a little bit hearing the real Louis Armstrong, but he pulled it off. He pulled it off. The one guy that threw me off in the whole movie was Dennis. The robot that was sent out to kill everybody, and then he I don't know, all of a sudden he just developed feelings, and he was like I'm evil robot, and he's like I'm Dennis McCoy.
Yeah.
And you're going, well, I don't know what's going on with that, but he ended up being a solid backup dancer, I guess.
He definitely was a form of comic relief, considering how serious when he first came in. I was definitely like, ooh, this guy's a little creepy. I mean, I definitely with the makeup on that, I was like, all right, cool. This guy's this time traveler assassin. He makes his own little time machine and zips out, and then he just turned out to be this just
reminisced me of Power Rangers.
Yeah, I saw that coming too, man. Great job on the aesthetics and the makeups and all that.
Sure.
I definitely was I know, man, for set design, the whole CGI future world was kind of, I was like, I don't know. It was almost like I could tell it was too CGI'd, but, it is what it is, considering you went from like, when you go to see Death in this movie, it's same thing in the sequel, Bogus Journey. I just thought the set designs were a lot more cooler, when you have all that stuff, but, you can't win them all, man.
The CGI that took it for me was like, if you go look at Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey, and you watch them traveling through the circuits of time, and then go to Face the Music and watch the circuits of time, I mean, it's just like all of a sudden you see 29 years of CGI difference. And it was great for me. I watched this with my kids, and London, my 14-year-old, was like, the CGI is terrible in the first two movies. But he didn't say anything in Face the Music. He just watched it and was like, okay.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So you did sit down with them and make them watch the first two movies before you watched the third one. And, one's is 14. You said the other one's 5, right?
Yeah, 5.
So that's definitely a nice big generation, about 10 years or so. How did they each kind of perceive the movies? Are Bill and Ted movies timeless classics, or were they dated?
For my 14-year-old, the CGI and they were dated a little bit. My Declan, my 5-year-old, he loved it. It was timeless for him. After even watching the first two movies, he was over there doing the guitar thing,
yeah,
and just killing it. I'm wearing my Wild Stallions too, buddy.
Ooh, party on!
Yeah,
excellent.
That's right. But both my kids loved it. We watched it over the course of a weekend. We watched Excellent Adventure one night, Bogus Journey, and then Sunday we watched Face the Music, which was my first time watching it too. It was just a good family experience. Those are great family movies.
And it was able to hold their attention the whole time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
In fact, since then, Declan, my youngest, has been like, can we watch this again? Can we watch this again? I'm like, all right, yes. You know,
Yeah.
I've always been a Bill and Ted. You know, I love it. I love it.
Man, I definitely feel like, not to date us, but anybody in our generation definitely appreciates that. You know, I think that the same year Point Break came out, if not following right after that, and Keanu Reeves having a
That's right.
big back-to-back moment there, being kind of that surfer dude. What a huge progression into like Neo and John Wick, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So it was
That
kind of
Keanu,
cool to see all that, and then here he is back playing Bill and Ted after we've like seen him kick butt and take names, and now he's like back to being the super goofy, surfer guy.
at
Um,
56 years old, Keanu's
no.
56,
So let's get
and
into
still
them.
pulling off Ted.
Let's get into them talking about that quick too about them kind of playing themselves. I thought that was a nice, how they like basically their alter egos in the future is just being these douchebags. I particularly was digging the prison costume that they did. I did those whole fake muscles and stuff was really dope. Honestly,
Yes.
that was kind of a cool look.
Uh, the prison guys were my favorite of all of the future of the future images of Bill and Ted. Excuse me. But I liked how they progressed through each one of them to get to the prison, and then how the prison guys were like, "Wait, we have to save them, otherwise we won't be here." Which I thought was cool. I thought it was cool, man. The other thing I'd like to talk about is the last song, the song that closed out the trilogy. The way it all came together at the mile marker, and they're like, how did we get here, and how it all came together. At the end, towards the end of that movie, I was like, man, they've got to close this out strong, and I feel like they really did close it out strong. The song was good. Like the end song at Bogus Journey, God gave rock and
Yes.
So, and like they brought this one out, and like Kid Cudi, Jimi Hendrix, well, the actor, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, like they just made it. It was great.
They definitely brought in like how they're just tying in all these like decades and centuries and genres of music into one, and then they had their like little digital beat machines, and honestly like how it was like a passing of the torch to their daughters, where their daughters are now like the real MCs, the serenade, coordinating the music and all that stuff, and it was just this and to me I was like, oh man, I wonder if they're trying to set this thing up to where the daughters are now like the new franchise Bill and Ted, and they go off and make their own trilogies of their adventures, so it just who knows, man, what they were playing with that, but it was definitely I think it was a nice closure as far as the Bill and Ted as we know it, and a passing of the torch, whether or not they move on and create some more. I did read something online, there was a possibility as a fourth one, but I don't know how true you can't believe everything you read online.
Do you think there will be a spinoff? I mean, you personally, do you think there will be a spinoff?
I mean, they set it up for that, and if it goes hand in hand with like some of the way trends of some of the other movies have been doing in the industries and franchising, that's how I look at it. The daughters would carry on the adventures of Bill and Ted, and it's still Bill and Ted. It's just Ted and Bill now.
Right. or what was it? Was it Preston Logan?
Yeah. They definitely, and now they put that together and all that stuff. So man, kudos to them. Great job on pulling everything in and making obviously clearly a fun generational family movie. And I think you even said earlier when we were talking, a true trilogy.
Yes.
And I definitely give them kudos on everything, from the acting to the script, the writing, maybe even a little bit. And the CGI was pretty damn good considering that's all it was, CGI in the future. I just get a little weird, after watching the whole Star Wars prequels and just that everything was just so CGI'd. I was like, oh, it's a little too much CGI. But man, the costumes, the all the stuff they did, from the dentist to their muscles, and even Ted's gut when they were sitting at the house with the English accent. I mean, I was just like, damn, man, they did a good job, man. So more kudos to them. And honestly, personally, I'd be okay if they just left it at this, but I could totally see where they could franchise it off and keep it into like the kids realm. So
and do a daughter spinoff with it.
Yeah, and have
honestly, I hope they don't, but they might.
I could see it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Drake, I appreciate you coming out and doing this movie review with me, particularly this one,
Of course.
because of our history with it, man. And hey, man, shout out to you, man, and everything you got going on. If there's anything you want to plug, and here's your opportunity, man.
Hey, I appreciate the opportunity, Mike, to do this interview with you. Like you said, we have history with Bill and Ted, going back to elementary school. Um, Once again, everybody, check out my homeboy Mike. Like and subscribe to Soda and Popcorn.
Popcorn and soda, bro. You got jokes. Ah, man. Well, stop plugging me, man. Plug what you got. You got your company.
I know, but I'm shouting you out first.
Okay.
All right, guys, check me out on Etsy, Lasers for My Sons. That's lasers, the number 4, my sons. I do laser engraving. I'll cut you up something nice. I do special requests. Let me know what you guys want.
Yeah, it's about that time. It's
That's my website.
Say it one more time.
Lasers for My Sons.
Gotcha, because we're
number 4 mysons.com, and we're also on YouTube as For My Sons. It's a family channel. Get in there, watch some of the nonsense me and my kids get into. We're having a good time, boys.
Definitely. It is fall, and a lot of the orders start coming in for them holiday seasons, so get in early with Drake and get those orders in, man. Drake, I appreciate it, man, and let me know when you're ready to do another movie review, and we'll get back in here and do this again, all right?
Absolutely. I'm all game, buddy.
Awesome, bro.
I appreciate you giving me the opportunity, and I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
I mean, bro, I couldn't find a better person to do my first movie review with, man, so thank you, Drake, for always being there for me, man, and carry on. Party on! Excellent! Anyway, bro. Wild Stallions!
Wild Stallions!
All right, boss. Take it easy, man. We'll see you soon.
All right, dude.
Hey guys, I hope you really enjoyed that movie review. Make sure you watch more upcoming movie reviews with us on Popcorn and Soda. Also check out our other videos as well. And make sure you also like and subscribe. Until next time, enjoy.